It's here in the shadow of the Cheyenne Mountain, deep in the beauty of Colorado, that you'll find Peterson Air Force Base.
Gentlemen.
How you doing there?
Home for over 50 years now to one of the most sophisticated defense systems in the world, scrambling fighters to protect the entire North American continent. And it was here, one December evening back in 1955, that the whole system was successfully infiltrated by a 5-year-old child. When this red phone rings, a 4-star general or the President of the United States is supposed to be calling.
He is all military, eh?
Oh, yes.
Terry Van Kuren's dad was base commander at the time.
Dad answers it with his very best military demeanor, you know, Colonel Jaup.
It wasn't the president or a 4-star general.
There's this long silence. And this little voice says, "Is this Santa Claus?"
The commander of the Combat Alert Center thinks someone is pulling his leg.
Dad thinks somebody's playing a trick on him, you know. "This is Colonel Jaup, the commander of the Combat Alert Center. Who's this?" And this little voice now is crying. Is this one of Santa's helpers then? So Dad finally figured out this really was a kid.
So that's the ad there. That started it all.
Hey kiddies, call me direct.
It turns out Sears had put an advertisement in the local paper. Hey kids, give Santa a call. But someone got one critical number wrong.
Roger, Aegis.
The military's defenses were overrun. Colonel Harry Shoup decided if you can't beat 'em, join 'em.
Called the radio station and said, "This is Colonel Shaup, the Combat Alert Center commander, and we have an unidentified flying object." "Why, it looks like a sleigh." Well, of course, craziness.
All those on the line, we can confirm that Santa is airborne at this time.
But that one wrong number has led to a little bit of military Christmas madness that has touched millions of children.
We had no idea that this would turn into one of the largest outreach programs there is in all of government.
So this is it here?
And this is where the magic happens. This is where
Captain Jeff Davis, Director of Public Affairs for NORAD, says over 1,200 volunteers are now mobilized at this base every Christmas Eve.
He can track Santa all the way across the ocean.
Santa's sleigh is moving north toward Canadian airspace from
The website has well north of 20 million visitors.
Well, he'll be there around 11:30 tonight.
But it's the phone calls, the personal connection,
Just put one in that corner and then the other one in that one.
Okay.
that keeps volunteers like Petty Officer First Class Scott Peddle and his wife Linda, both Canadians by the way,
Nice.
volunteering.
It's that feeling of such a special time of year. We've always made sure that it was a special time of year for us, where our family was always together, and you know, as we had kids and
It's for
you
the
bring
kids.
them up,
Yeah, it kicks
and
off the season.
it's all about that.
And just a short sled ride away, you'll find Langley, British Columbia, and the home of Owen Stevenson, 11. He likes to show his brother Finton around the site,
As they track Santa on a test flight
and he's been into it for some time. In fact,
Oh, say what? They're coming.
here he is at the age of 4, calling in.
We got the milk and cookies for Santa now.
7 years later, Mom Shannon says he still gets as excited.
He really is into this. Wow.
Sort of.
How many times do you check it out?
It's hard to count.
You're a man of few words, aren't you?
Sometimes.
But make no mistake, he's watched every video. The NORAD Santa tracker is still very much part of his Christmas.
So that's Santa. He's a pretty nice guy, eh?
Yeah, he is. Those are for Santa.
Ooh,
Shouldn't eat them.
sorry.
How does reindeer fly? Well,
Back in Colorado, the volunteers are going flat out. By the end of the night, Santa trackers will talk to over 100,000 kids from all over the world.
In this one here, it looks like he spotted Santa.
And over the decades, Terry Van Kuren has tracked the success.
Oh, so and this is just filled, eh?
Yeah.
All
yeah.
the stories
and all
over the
different
years.
languages.
Save the articles. All started by that hard-nosed career military dad of hers.
But he must have been a softie underneath.
But he was a softie underneath. He just loved Christmas and he loved kids.
When you think of the millions of kids that he helped put a smile on their face on Christmas Eve.
It's just, yeah, makes me feel so happy.
The calls have been pouring in.
He'll be arriving there between 9 o'clock and midnight your time.
Sometimes, says Captain Jennifer Stadnick, yet another Canadian, they can be quite funny.
A lot of the times they tell the children that Santa won't come to their house until they're asleep, and then all of a sudden they'll hear the phone drop, and there'll be nobody on the line, and and then the mom or dad will pick up and say, he just ran up to his bed. And
it's been known to happen in the Stevenson household. Sooner to bed, sooner it's Christmas.
Good night, Owen.
Good night. Oh, Mom.
Yeah?
Don't let Mr. Sheridan eat those cookies.
Okay.
I didn't. Red Sharon, CBC News in Langley, British Columbia.